Hey everybody! 3.3, writing equations from a graph. So last video we talked about writing equations from a table, and this is going to be very similar in some ways because equations and tables and graphs, they all represent the same things. They just look different. So we're going to be going through a pretty standard process, but it's just going to look a little bit different. Alright, here we go. Question 1, what is the y-intercept? Well, the y-intercept is going to be where this diagonally line, the line we're looking at, where does it cross the y-axis? And that is right here, okay? So specifically, it's asking us for this point. Now, in the other video it said, what's the y value? This time it says, what's the intercept? If you're going to tell me an intercept, then you need to write the full thing out. So the ordered pair for that point right there is 0, 3. Because from the middle of the graph, remember ordered pairs are always like an address from the middle of a graph, you would go over 0 and up 3. So there you go, the y-intercept. Now it's asking us to describe in normal words, how would we move from one point to the other on this line? So if I started right here, and you could do different things. Some of you may write to go up 2 and to the left 1. You would need to be specific. Don't use the word over. That's like a swear word in math. Okay, so you could, and don't write arrows. You're going to need to write it out. Up 2 and to the left 1. Or some of you are seeing down 2 and to the right 1. So you could write that and write the whole word out, not just the arrows. Okay. Or maybe some of you even saw something different, like down 6 and to the right 3. That's fine too. Any of those answers would work as long as you're actually writing things out and not using arrows like I did. Now we need to take this description in 2 and write what the slope is. Okay, so if we were to do that, we need to remember that a slope, I'm going to write it up here, will always be your change in y. So remember, y's are always up and down, divided by your change in x. And our change in y, if it goes up, is positive. If it goes down, is negative. If it goes to the right, it's positive. If it goes to the left, it's negative. So if I wanted to write the slope, let's say I was using this set of instructions here, then my slope would be 2 divided by negative 1. If I was using this description over here, it would be negative 2 divided by a positive 1. Either way, no matter how you cut it, you need to simplify your slope to be negative 2 is the correct slope, because 2 divided by negative 1 is negative 2, and negative 2 divided by positive 1 is negative 2. So we found the y-intercept, we found the slope, now we're just going to go ahead and plug everything in. We know that our y-intercept is 3, our slope is negative 2, and there we go. That's the equation for this graph. Alright, let's try again. Let's go down and answer question 5. I think I want to do that one. Question 5. Now we know the equation is going to be y equals blank x plus blank. And I said in the last video, and I mean it, to me it's easier to work backwards. It's easier to start with this number. So we're going to find the y-intercept. That's what that one is right there. And it's this point. Okay? So, that is negative 2. The ordered pair here is 0, negative 2. We only care about the y part of it for our equation. So our y-intercept is negative 2. The next part is the slope, where we describe how far up and down and up and over and stuff. Let me rewrite that part here. Up and down divided by how far over. Positive, negative. Positive, negative. Okay, so if I start at my y-intercept, I have a lot of different options. So I could go up 1 and to the right 3. So that slope would be 1/3. Or we could go down 1 and to the left 3, which would be negative 1 divided by negative 3. But I would want you to simplify that, because a negative divided by a negative is a positive. So that would also be a positive 1/3 slope. Okay, another really great way to remember this is, if you need to, I often will draw a skier on the left side. Skiers always go to the right. Okay, and if he's going up, then your slope needs to be positive. if you draw a skier on this slope over here, remember you draw him on the right side of the slope, if you had that going on, he would be going down. So there's a hint for question 6. I'm not going to be answering question 6, but it does need to have a negative slope. All right, let's go ahead and look at question 8. Okay, so y equals blank x plus blank. Well, maybe, yeah, let's see. Let's go ahead and do the same thing we've been doing. Let me slide that up a little bit. Find this first. Oh, here's our y-intercept way down here. It looks like that y-intercept is at -6. Now we need to figure out our slope. Well, looks like I need to go up 3 and back 2. So 3 and then over -2. Now, some of you may have seen that we go down 3 and to the right 2. And you would have written -3 over +2. It's okay, those mean the exact same thing. The big idea there is that we have a negative slope going on, and that totally makes sense, because if we had our skier here, okay, he's going to go down the slope. So that would be 3 over -2. All right, let's go to the next page. We got another level 2 question. We're going to start here. Go question 9, I think. Y equals blank x plus blank. Why does that look special? I don't know. All right, the y-intercept. Man, I guess I like negative y-intercepts. Right there, -5. I know my slope is going to be negative, but let's just do everything carefully. Let's go down 1 to the right 2. So -1 over 2. Or maybe you thought of it as going up 1 and back 2. That would be +1 over -2. Either way, it means the same thing. We have a negative slope. Our skier's going downhill, and that's awesome. All right, level 3. Which one do I want to help you with? I want to help you with question 14. Okay, so question 14 is a little weird. I want to point out that here's this line on this one. Here's the line on this one. As soon as you know that the line looks crazy like that, don't write y equals blank x plus blank. If it's a crazy line, it's going to be a crazy equation. The trick is to figure out what crazy equation it's going to be. Now, do you remember on the last homework assignment, we had tables, and in one question, all of the x numbers were the same, and in the other question, all of the y numbers were the same. But writing those equations from a table were really, really easy. So what I'm going to recommend that you do, if you don't know the answer right off the bat, is to just pick a couple of points on this line, and let's write those in a table. Maybe it will make things more obvious. So starting with this point right here, well, that point looks like the point 5, 3. This point right here looks like the point 5, 0. This point right here is the point 5, -4. Ooh. And I could write a whole bunch of other points, but it doesn't matter. Either way, you're going to notice that all of the x's are always 5. And just by me saying that x is 5, no matter what the y value is, it doesn't matter. X is always equal to 5. That's the correct equation for question 14. All right. Okay, well, that was your video for writing equations from a graph. I hope that was the best video you've ever seen in your life. It was probably better than the Avengers movies. So you should send me money. Okay, well, have a good day and stuff. Bye.